I plan to make a dragon chess set. In this video I will talk about how I make a prototype figure. Prototypes are a big deal when it comes to designing anything, because they bridge the gap between the idea in my head and the real working thing I can hold. I would like to show you the process of designing, printing, testing and tweaking here. One day while shopping, I found pens with dragons on the end. I thought it would be interesting to make dragon-shaped chess pieces like this. I immediately started collecting reference images and 3D modeling. This happened several years ago, and unfortunately I didn't finish this project. My 3D printer at the time wasn't very good. My softwares and my skills weren't up to the task of making such a large project. So sadly, the project remained unfinished in a folder on my computer. However, nowadays I have much better 3D printer than back then, and the technology has also improved. The free 3D modeling software Blender had excellent sculpting tools, and today I can also use artificial intelligence for 3D modeling. Design. I always start designing 3D printed toys on paper. Sketching helps me quickly try different ideas. It's great if I have a clear idea of what I want to 3D model later. Of course, this concept art doesn't have to be perfect, as it's not an illustration, just a sketch for myself.
I simply draw, I sketch with heart. Each line begins a work of art. A concept blooms beneath my heart. Let's see together if it's good.
Modeling and sculpting. After testing the 3D modeling capabilities of artificial intelligence, I decided to use a hybrid solution when creating the model. AI has difficulty creating complex models like this dragon. I will try to use it, and where it doesn't succeed, I will create it by hand. So I will fix and improve the generated 3D model. After several failed attempts, I had to figure out that I had to draw the dragon's body from different angles so that the AI could understand it. So I drew a front view, two side views from the right and left, and the back view. I didn't draw the dragon's wings and tail. I made these details by hand because they were complicated. After I made the base of the figure, I was able to fit the dragon's tail exactly to it. I made the dragon's wings differently than the concept art because I wanted the figure to be easy to grab by the head during the chess game. I finally decided to make a shield in the front of the pedestal with the symbol of the king chess piece on it. This will help to identify this chess piece during the game. Then I used Blender sculpting tools to work out the small details.
Subscribe.
3D printing. I had previously modeled a small dragon and printed it to see if the quality was good. I used a layer height of 0.16 mm and got a very nice quality print. We can clearly see all the little details. Since I was satisfied with this test, I started printing the chess piece. I imagined the white chess pieces as if they were carved from dragon bone. This is why I bought bone white PLA filament for this project. First print prototype problems. I found two errors after the first print. Stringing can be found between the horns. Stringing in 3D printing, also known as oozing, is a common problem where small strings or filaments are left behind by the nozzle during travel between printing areas. There are several solutions to fix this error. I choose the fastest repair solution. I quickly burned the little strings off the model with a lighter. The second problem is on the underside of the wings. This section was not printed due to lack of support. I decided not to trust the slicer software to support this part, but to model a supporting part myself. I will simply clip this part off the printed model. Painting. I decided to paint this chess piece. I used the shading technique that I already demonstrated in a previous video. This technique allows you to paint small indentations darker, making the details stand out more. Unfortunately, my original idea didn't work at all, and the painted model turned out ugly. But that didn't make me sad, because it's a prototype where I can try out different ideas. So I decided to paint it gold, which turned out really nicely. I decided to create color variations and ask you which version you like the best. Please write in the comment which one you like the most. Final thoughts. I'm very happy with the end result. I plan to make the other chess pieces too and make a very nice chess set out of them. Stay tuned.
I got a dream, gonna print a dragon piece so clean. Watch it build up, layer by layer, getting closer, almost there. Print it high, print it strong, little dragon won't take long. From my screen to real life, 3D printing feels so right. It starts so small, then it grows. By bit, the details show. Wings and claws, sharp and neat. Almost done, this is sweet. Pretty high, pretty strong. Little dragon won't take long. From my screen to real life, 3D printing feels so right. Pretty high, pretty strong. Little dragon won't take long. From my screen to real life, 3D printing feels so right. So small, then it grows. Bit by bit, the details show. Wings and claws, sharp and neat. Almost done, this is sweet. Pretty high, pretty strong. Little dragon won't take long. From my screen to real life, 3D printing feels so right. Pretty high, pretty strong. Little dragon won't take long. From my screen to real life, 3D printing feels so right. Tiny king for my chessboard, that already looking bold. Now I'll make a mighty knight, maybe print all day and night. Pretty high, pretty strong. Little dragon won't take long. Dream it up and press go. Now I've got a dragon. Whoa.
Alright guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm working relentlessly to put out the best content for you guys. I would really appreciate your support if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot.